Hello all. Today we have with us Atharva. So he's building a product from the past few months, and this is what we are going to talk about. So I'm quite sure that you guys will be using UPIs and other payments app, especially the online transaction ones. And we have something in the box for you all guys, all the users out there who are interested in fintech, finance, and technology. Both of us being from the same background. So talking about the few recent times I received a call from Atharva wherein we were discussing about what this his company is all about, and I really liked his idea, and I was lucky enough to join Atharva in his venture. And recently our team, or rather Atharva, won a really tough competition in Pune Startup Fest. So we would be discussing about that part also. We would be covering the problem statement, the solution, what the future looks like for us, and we would try to document each and every part of this journey and put it onto the social media so that we get the community feedback as well, and get our audience base, because community building is what is for us at the peak or at the main agenda of this entire stuff. So up to you, Atharva. Let's start with the journey till now, what you have did, the problem statement, and then we can move forward. To you, Atharva.
Yeah. So, hi everyone. I'm Atharva Satav. I'm studying engineering, electronics, and telecommunication, but I don't have much interest in it. To be frank, वो पल्ले ही नहीं पड़ता है. But I do have interest in coding. I try to learn coding and development by myself. And overall, I'm a very curious person from exploring, anchoring, hosting, elocution competitions to trying different tech stacks. And now I'm curious about startups. Previously I was someone like कि जॉब करते हैं चुपचाप. But then मतलब अभी भी करना पड़ सकता है जॉब. But for the past few years, because of my roommate, I've grown interest in this field of startups. We continuously discuss about different businesses, startups, entrepreneurs, and yeah. So और इससे पहले भी we tried to find out some potential ideas to work on. But then we realized that we cannot think of any idea or start a startup based on some idea that we think of explicitly, right? Basically, when you face a problem yourself and then you feel that there should be a solution for this, that is when you start a startup, and to solve the problem, and not just to make money. Or because people nowadays start businesses because they think that it's cool. But yeah, you should start when you think that a problem exists, and you have to build a solution for that. So I live in hostel, and I get money from my parents. But up till now, I've never been able to give a proper uh, हिसाब कि ये कितना पैसा किधर गया, क्यों गया, क्या गया. And then we try to figure out कि why is this happening. My monthly budget, I used to always exceed my monthly budget. And then the reason that we found is UPI and other online payment methods are giving a feel that we carry the whole bank balance with ourselves when we step out of our house. So like first when you जब हम घर के बाहर पढ़ते थे तब we used to carry like 500 rupee note अगर उतने का काम है तो, or 100 or 200 rupees extra. But now we carry the whole bank balance with ourselves. So अगर रास्ते में कुछ दिख गया साइड में, अपने को अच्छा लगा, हम ले लेते हैं. और ऐसे impulsive purchase बहुत होते हैं. Even if we don't need a particular thing and we just want it, we like it, we take it because at that point we have the money with ourselves. So, because of this digital payments, UPI, and other online payment methods and credit cards, this problem of budgeting and more impulsive purchases has increased, and that is why we have lost the track of our money. And the sad part is we regret after making a purchase or not before it. We don't hesitate before making a purchase, but then after making a purchase, after a few weeks or few days, when we check the bank balance, the bank account, and the transaction history, we are clueless about where our money went and where did we spend it. And then we keep sorry and then we regret making a specific purchase. And so I thought that we should make a money management app to solve this problem. And yeah, so that's the problem
Pretty
we
much,
have
yeah.
been
I guess
working on for the past 2 months.
maximum of the same age group as we are in would be facing the same problem, and that's the reason I was like, "हाँ भाई ये कर ही लेते हैं अभी. Let's do this at the first sight." So yeah, I guess the problem is pretty much clear that people have their bank balances with them throughout the day because of UPIs and online payments, and that's the reason they're spending a lot. And that's what is bringing Atharva to solve this particular problem. Moving next to the vision and the solution exactly to the problem statement which he right now mentioned. So, what is the company's name? What is it all about? What is our the first step? अभी क्या करना है? And what? How would you earn the first penny out of it?
Yeah, so basically, the company's name is Clover. Clover because it signifies luck and prosperity. And if you are good with your finances, if you are secure about your expenditures, your money, and finance in general, good luck and prosperity will follow for sure. And so we have named it Clover. And so basically, our vision is to make personal finance less intimidating for users and make them feel more secure about their spendings and finance. Because like initially we started with taking user interviews. We used to just go out on streets and interview random strangers, and then we found out that uh, people are not very secure about the spendings. The main problem is the current existing apps or solutions make the process of tracking their expenses or the content about personal finance feels very intimidating to them. It feels like a burden, and we want to reduce. We don't want users to feel it as a burden, and so we are coming up with a solution that would help us achieve this goal. And yeah, so this is a vision basically. And for that, as I mentioned, we first of all conducted user interviews. We got to know the problem even better and in depth. And now we have started building a prototype. And yeah, so first of all, we also compared and studied various current existing apps which are trying to solve this problem. So the problem that we encountered is the app expects the users to enter each and every transaction details manually after uh, making a purchase, which is not at all practical, right? Because of UPI, you make multiple transactions each day, and then closing the payment app and opening the money management app and just typing out everything. It's just not possible. The Even if you try it, the habit eventually fades away, the habit of maintaining the record of the transactions. And yeah, but this is a very traditional approach. And the other approach which we also saw in some apps is they claim to automatically track and categorize your expenses by reading your SMS, and then the one which you get after making a transaction. But then they fail to categorize because they only recognize the payments to renowned institutions. Like if you make a purchase to Zomato, if you make an online order from Zomato or Swiggy, then is that it will recognize that the purchase should lie in the food category. But if you make a purchase at a local grocery store, it won't recognize it, and it would put the purchase in miscellaneous section. So the spending insights you get are not very useful, I will say. And so what we the a novel approach that we came up with is when you make a payment via any payment app or credit card or any other online payment method, our app detects it and immediately sends you a notification. You just tap on the notification and say the category like lunch, movie, entertainment, whatever. And the amount is automatically retrieved by the app. You don't need to mention the amount. So it's as simple as you just go, pay, tap, lunch, and done. You don't need to open our app. You don't need to switch between apps. And basically, we are reducing the manual effort a lot. So it's a very hassle-free tracking technique, transaction tracking technique. Yeah, and the further features that we are working on, me and Om are currently working on, is building an AI chatbot. All the current apps that exist just provide you basic pie charts and some basic infographics. उससे क्या ही होना है, मतलब you just get to know कि where are you वेर आर यू, कि कहाँ कहाँ खर्चा कर रहे हो और कहाँ ज़्यादा खर्चा कर रहे हो बेसिकली, बट कैसे इम्प्रूव करना है वो, या इट डजेंट हेल्प यू टू बी अलर्ट while making multiple purchases and multiple impulsive purchases or multiple transactions at a same location every month. So this AI chatbot will basically act as a personal finance assistant, and then you can ask it questions like, is this particular purchase wise or not? Because what happens is, uh, while making before making a purchase, we make calculations and think कि ठीक है इतना इस महीने में खर्चा नहीं हुआ है, ये ले लेता हूँ. बट आफ्टर मेकिंग द परचेस वी रियलाइज कि अरे नहीं यार, सोचा था बट अभी ट्रांजैक्शन हिस्ट्री देख रहा हूँ तो समझ आ रहा है कि we have already spent a lot and we should have not purchased this product or not made a particular purchase. So you can ask the chatbot whether this purchase is wise at this point of time or not, and then it will look into your spending history, the spending pattern, and your budget, and then give you a good optimal solution for that. And you can also ask questions regarding other about your personal finances. It can answer it all, and this is not no app in India does this. And there are some apps like Clio Money, but they have been only launched in USA and UK, I think. So yeah, we are planning to build this feature to help users take better financial decisions.
So basically, we are trying to have a more active kind of approach than the passive ones which currently apps have. And looking
Absolutely.
forward to the countries like United States, wherein these guys are at least 10 years ahead in terms of finances as far as India is concerned. So yeah, we're looking forward to merge that kind of progress with the same in India. So yeah, Atharva, I guess the solution is also clear. The problem is also clear. Then at the end, भाई पैसा कहाँ से आएगा? So what about the revenue of our company, or what value streams or the revenue streams which we are planning as of now? Obviously no company can we can never estimate that kya karenge then we would get a particular amount of money, but as of now, as per a founder's perspective, what do you personally think that yeah bhai यहाँ से पैसे लाएंगे, or maybe the path B is a good way, so at least 2 or 3 revenue streams which we are planning right now?
Okay. So, like for a successful startup, you need a lot of revenue streams. But as of now, we have thought of two revenue streams that would work for us. One is showing personalized ads to users. And why personalized ads? Because if you analyze their spending patterns and show the ads accordingly, then the chances of the conversion is more, because you get a high intent user. The user is looking for something. He likes basically, if you user likes to go shopping a lot, and he's a high intent user, right? So if you show him ads related to clothing, then the possibility of he buying those products is more. But at the same time, our uh, our motive is to help people spend better, save smarter, and spend better. So what we are planning to do is build a mutually beneficial and sustainable revenue model. How? So basically, Clover plans to partner with merchants and display curated products tailored to users wish lists or goals or spending history. And the users will get and the users will get access to discount on the products which are the merchants product which are displayed on our app, and if they buy those product via our app. For this, we will charge the users a very nominal subscription fee of around 40 to 50 rupees per month, and I don't think that's very much. And especially if you get good discounts in return. And if this approach drives sales for the merchant, it's also beneficial for the merchant, it's also beneficial for the user. So, and it's also beneficial for us because users are paying us the premium fees, and we are also getting some commission from the merchants. So basically, it's a very mutually beneficial revenue model, and so it also aligns with our vision, and also हमें पैसा बनाने के लिए मदद करता है.
Okay, so state solution हो गया. We're ready with the revenue streams. भाई product exactly क्या है? Can you give a brief overview of the how the product looks like, or at least high level design which we have right now in our tally?
Yeah, sure. I would like to give you a demo of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Just a
Maybe we can
minute.
share the screen and then we can show.
Uh, Actually, I would like to give a demo on my phone, so I cannot share my phone
Okay.
screen. But yeah,
Yeah, cool.
so yeah, so see, this is my phone. Uh, so
So this is a very
nothing.
naive or a very starting POC. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a basically a POC. POC, people usually confuse POC with a prototype. POC is a proof of concept. Basically, whenever you try to implement a novel approach, you first have to find out whether it's even implementable or executable or not, and that's a
Yeah.
proof of concept. So we have built that, and yeah. So like, I open my GPay, and
So this is what Tharva presented in front of you of the investors, and they were really, really, what I would say, they were fascinated by the approach he had.
yeah. So I would make a payment to Om Patil only. So let's pay
Okay.
him 20 rupees. So make this purchase of 20 rupees to Om Patil, and as soon as I make this purchase, I get a notification here. I just tap on it, lunch, and it gets recorded in the app. I would just open the app, and I don't know if it is visible or not.
So
So
all
here,
these
the
data will be stored somewhere. Yeah.
last transaction is lunch amount 20 rupees. So I didn't mention the amount. I just said lunch, and for recording this transaction, I didn't have to open our app or switch between apps. I just had to tap on a notification and save one word, and that's it. And based on this transaction history, you will get your spending insights, and we can analyze your spending pattern and give you tips for improving your spending habits or point out your flawed spending habits.
Okay, so हाँ, you might get questions related to भाई अगर मैंने हिंदी में बोला मराठी में तो क्या होगा, but yeah, we would take those edge cases also into consideration, wherein we would love to be a multilingual app because inclusivity is what is the trend of the industry right now.
Right.
So yeah, the product is ready. Not ready, obviously, but at least the POC is what we are looking forward to right now. We would be building it in the few months coming there, right there. But yeah, next question for you, Atharva, would be what is the current market scenario, or who do you see yourself with competing with in the next maybe 2 or 3 years? Like, what is your biggest fear as a startup founder that yeah, this particular company can give me a tough bit, and second is what market scenario you personally feel would be in the next few years about this
So,
particular
taking into
domain.
consideration the current market scenario, there are a lot of opportunities, but there are also a lot of threats at the same time. So, mentioning the opportunities, digitalization, more and more increase of digital payments, internationalization of UPI. UPI is taking initiative to launch similar payment methods and products in different countries like Bhutan, Singapore, UK, and France. So the opportunities, we have a lot of opportunities, but at the same time, the threats are big players like uh, the all the account aggregators like Jupiter or Paytm or GPay. They already have a lot of user data. They already have the team. They already have the resources, and of course, our resources are nothing as compared to them. So that is something I'm most scared of, because if we engineering students can implement this, of course Google and Paytm and other companies can implement this into their existing apps. So that's a threat. So we'll have to find out a way to stand out from these companies, and connect with users on a deeper level, and help them improve their financial situation even better, so that they trust us, and they use our app for finances and all the budgeting stuff.
Okay, so right now when you're answering, I got two counter answers to this also. But see, obviously these guys, these big players have a lot of resources, but we can move really fast if we want to. Is the first thing, and if we connect with customers really good and add value over every other thing, then I personally feel that we would be able to make a decent impact in this industry. So yeah, we are done with most of the points now. Towards the end, I would just like to ask you about your personal insights. Till now, what were your challenges? How was your journey till now? Obviously, there is a lot to go ahead, and obviously the recent competition which you won in the PSF and the next steps to it. Uh, Talking to some peers or the fellow founders of other companies, what were insights there also. So uh, summarizing my question, first is how was the journey till now. Second, the PSF event, start with what the event exactly was, how you won it, and third, the experience in that particular event. So yeah, up to you.
Yeah, sure. So my journey till now, I have started this working on this only a few months back, but I've experienced and grown a lot while working on this. And when I say grown a lot, I don't just mean technically, but also no, also some non-technical things. Like first, I started with taking user interviews. So this helped me boost my confidence. This helped me approach random people and help and ask them any questions and any questions to the related to the finances. And basically this helps you build a good confidence so that you can present yourself confidently in front of anyone. That was the first learning I got. Second, I basically I was a person who was very lazy, but then जब मुझे खुद का कुछ करना था, तो आई डोंट नो, बट एक खुद से अंदर से एक पुश मिलता है. And so I took many initiatives which I used to not take earlier. But yeah, so I have started taking initiatives which also helps me build leadership qualities. Then I've talked to many founders, not for investment purposes but just purely for guidance. And I found that all the founders are so helpful. Like this startup community, the growing startup community in India, it's so helpful. Even if the startup is not related to their domain or there's nothing in for them, they are very happy to and eager to give you advice and help you grow. uh, I talked to one of my senior who is running a startup of his own. Its name is Rentux. Then I through him I got many other contacts. He provided without asking. I didn't even ask for other contacts, but he provided me with many other uh, phone numbers of other entrepreneurs who helped me a lot, gave me advices, and yeah. So basically, the advice from founders is also very important because it helps you to stay on the right path. Basically, this is my first startup, so it's very much possible that I go in the wrong direction and I end up failing. But then when you talk to founders and learn from their experiences and listen to their advices, so basically you stay on the right path, you get the direction what to do next, and that helps a lot. And the one more thing I learned कि खुद का कुछ करने में जितना मजा आता है वो और किसी चीज में नहीं है. Basically, if someone tells you to build an app or do any other thing, it feels like a burden or just a task you do to impress your boss or whatever you get in return. But जब खुद का कुछ करते हो, you don't think about the result. Of course the results matter, but then there's a different fun in doing it. Also, third thing I learned, you get used to listening no's. पहले यूजर इंटरव्यू लेने गया, बहुत लोगों ने ना बोला कि नहीं नहीं वी डोंट हैव टाइम, दे जस्ट इग्नोर यू. Then when you talk to founders, some say that it won't work, these are the faults, और यार ये नहीं है, this is not a good idea. So you get used to listen to no's, which helps you become more bold and be ready for future failures, or it makes you bold to fight the failures that you're going to face in the future. So yeah, these were my learnings from my experience until now. And talking about the business plan competition that I just participated in recently. So it was a competition organized by Bhaus eCell, the incubation center at COAP, and PSF, Pune Startup Fest. So they had a panel of judges who were investors. Basically, they run an investment firm called as Pars BEM, and I had to pitch to both of them. Uh, and in round one, my pitch was amazing. Like, I could clearly explain what the problem was, what do the current solutions lack, how our app is better. And before this, when I pitched to other investors, not for this competition, but to other investors for funding, I had really messed up those pitches. But then when you pitch to multiple investors, you get more confident, and you understand how to pitch and what points to present and in what way to present them. So the investors really liked my pitch, and I was very confident that I would qualify to round two. But then in round two, they grilled me a lot about my revenue model, about how I am different, and about my numbers, the stats, everything. But yeah, it was a great experience. Then like, I didn't expect it, but yeah, we won the competition. We won the first place, uh, and it was a great experience overall. The panel was very great, knowledgeable, and yeah, they have promised us to give mentorship and guidance. So more than investment, we are currently looking towards mentorship and guidance, because that is something will help us improve our app, the features, and help us learn more about startups and how it works. So yeah, looking forward to that, looking forward for that mentorship, and excited for that too. So it was a great experience overall.
Yeah, great answer, Atharva. So, first of all, what I got through this answer was, yeah, if you are building a startup, you need to focus rather on the vector quantity. So, you have to stick to a particular direction, and for that, you need community guidance to be really precise. And yeah, that's what I've seen. The difference between corporates and startups is, in corporates, most people try to bring you down. Not everyone, but there are cases when people would try to do that. But in startup communities or entrepreneurs, I've seen this, that people would try to help you out in any means possible. So that's what I got through in the past few weeks. Like, obviously, I was in touch with multiple of these founders as well, but when first Atharva called me that ye karte, so I was like, ha bhai, ye karna hai, and the idea really got me through. But yeah, it was great talking to you, Atharva. Let's plan to
Thank you.
have some more of these kinds in the next coming future. Do you have anything for our audience or as a whole to conclude with?
I would just like to say that keep trying and exploring different things. You try 10 things, you might not like nine of them, but the one thing will hit you, and you will like it a lot. And then working on it for hours will also be very joyful. You will not feel it as a burden, or कि यार ये क्या करना पड़ रहा है. अंदर से एक पुश आएगा, तुम खुद से करोगे, एंड यू विल लाइक डूइंग दैट. ट्राई डिफरेंट स्टफ. डू you do have a lot of time, but if you channelize the time in a correct way, you can try multiple things, and then you can decide what you like and what you know, and what you don't. Because if you stick to one thing, or the conventional way, conventional path, and then you move ahead with that, then later you might regret कि वो ट्राई कर लेना चाहिए था, तब टाइम था तब. नाउ वी आर कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स, हमारे पास कोई रिस्क नहीं है, कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज नहीं है. एंड आई फील कि so this is the best time for us to experiment with things, try out new things, work on a startup. So even if we fail, we don't lose anything. So yeah, and so basically my main point of starting out was कि करके देखते हैं, फेल हुआ फिर भी क्या ही होगा. College students say we have no responsibilities, nothing. So and it gives you experience, a lot of experience. You grow a lot as a person.
Yeah, definitely, Atharva. So, like, one, I guess I'm not sure who told me this, but at least he told me that startup karke dekho. At least you would know how to register a company, if not anything else. So yeah, there is a lot to learn in the coming days. If you guys have any questions, you can ask us in the DMs or maybe in the comments. Uh, So let's conclude with this particular podcast. uh, Bye bye.